always a good time. We're having a good time.
Welcome back, Sticks and Hacks, to the back nine at the new course at White Bluff Golf Resort. This is the second round of an AM Tour tournament. I've made a good run on the front nine to get back into contention, only +1 on the day, playing the 10th hole. Tough driving hole because you can't hit driver, and your second shot's going to be long and over water. You see that ball got eaten up by that 14-mile-per-hour wind, and now I've got a long shot from 184 yards into this green with the wind whipping. And the green is tucked to the right-hand side just over this hazard. What you can't see is that there's a big drop down in front of the green, so you just can't afford to be short. It's going to take a good strike. And I hit it well, kept it under the branch, but that did draw too much, and getting stuck into the wind, it came down with a steep descent angle, and that ball is plugged. Not good. Couldn't afford to miss this green to the right, so I missed on the correct side, but got a little unlucky with that ball staying in its pitch mark. When you get a lie like this, you can't fire at the pin. At this point, you're playing for bogey at worst. If you get up and in, that's great. When your ball's plugged, square the club face a little more. You don't want to open it from the sand, and you really hit down on it and explode it out of the sand. So in this case, I'm aiming about 10 feet left of the hole and just clobber it. I hit that well. I landed it about where I wanted, took the risk out, but of course it comes out with no spin, rolls to the back of the green. Here's your moment of zen. Alright, so I'm on the fringe, putting for par. Again, I would have taken this shot once I saw it in the bunker. That was a good result. I've got about 13 yards. Ball should break a little right to left. Let's just make sure we don't make this mistake bigger than it needs to be. Didn't quite give that enough gas, but it's an easy bogey on a very difficult hole. Nobody in my group parred this hole on this day. It's a tough 10th hole. And on to the next. The 11th hole is a par 5, so a much easier hole after playing the 9th. In this case, the wind is still kind of into me and right to left. It's a big dogleg left, so I'm just blasting driver out there to the right. Normally I'd hit it over that lake, but with the wind kind of into us, that's not in play. Just get it in a good position to go for the green in 2. And that's smoked down the right-hand side. Little baby draw finds the fairway in good position. So good bounce back after the bogey. Put myself in a good position to get it right back. So that leaves me about 246 yards into this green. The wind is kind of helping and right to left a little, so trying to get a 3-wood all the way there and thread the needle between those two bunkers off of a side hill lie.
Sit.
And that was well struck, but it was just turning too far left.
Let go. Okay.
I was worried I might clear that bunker and get into some really bad stuff, but it's in the bunker and a good chance to get up and down for birdie. I'm a pretty good bunker player, so even though on the last hole I was plugged and didn't have much of a shot, you give me a shot like this and I'm usually pretty good at getting it up and on the green. So this is just a sand wedge, standard bunker shot. You're going to open the club face a little. Plenty of speed at the bottom.
Go.
A little bit of a chunk and run here. For a 24-yard bunker shot, hit that pretty well.
Let's do it.
Here's your moment of zen. Keep the streak alive. I've had lots of 1-putts in this round. Again, I'm making a run to get back into contention. Gotta keep it together. This is a birdie putt from 15 feet to erase the bogey I just made on the 10th hole. Should break a little from my left to right.
Yep. He did. Good, are you out of a bunker? Didn't I say I had you down for a 4?
I think it's more as putt.
You know, you keep saying I'm good out of the bunker. I've made a bunch of 15-footers.
Did I say I had you down for
You did?
I did. I was like, I got down for a 4 either way. Great freaking.
I didn't want to let you down, DeBrian. That was for you.
Trust me, you have not lived
Bunker play is just outstanding.
Not lived it down. And they got the saying is guarantee you one putt from me.
Let's get dialed here. Let's see if we can hit a fairway.
If you missed the front 9, that's probably the 4th putt over 15 feet that I've made in this round. The putter's hot, greens are rolling good at White Bluff Resort. The 12th hole is a shorter par 4. Again, it's not a driver. There's not a lot of drivers on this golf course for me. This is another one, just get it in play. You've got a little bit of wind help, keep it right at the bunker, and just crank a driving iron down there.
Yep.
I've missed it. I've hit on the toe every
Great
time.
miss. Hey, it's key marks back there. See, it stays in the ground.
I thought you were just telling me I played the wrong tee again.
No.
Did I really
Yeah,
do that?
the
No.
tee, you hit
Yeah.
I struggled with that driving iron, not quite getting in the center of the club face, leaving myself a little bit longer second shots than I'd like. In this case, the wind's kind of coming into me from the right hand side, so I'm hitting a 7 iron from 154 yards. Didn't quite get through it. Need to get lucky. Caught it a little thin. Missed the green short and right. Not the worst place to miss though. I've got to look at it. Lots of green to work with. My short game has been hot. Let's get another 1 putt here. Just trying to land it about 2/3 onto the green and let it trickle the rest of the way.
Great shot.
Missed my spot by a couple of feet and end up just a couple of feet past the pen.
Why you want that back there?
We're in this golf tournament if I wouldn't have had Mike that time. I won't go down.
Great.
It did make a difference. I mean, I never
Would have
felt
made a
comfortable that
difference.
close.
Would have made a big difference yesterday. No, you're
Yeah, the day before I had left my sandwich at home, so I used a rental club and really struggled to get up and down. I missed every up and down opportunity I had. On this day, it's exactly the opposite, getting up and down from everywhere. And here we are from 4 feet trying to do it again.
well, dang it. I was like, step off.
Man.
And just before I hit that putt, that wind gusted on me. I did the smart thing and I backed off it to reset so that I can focus on the putt and not focus on the wind or on my balance.
Straight up and down. That's like the 10th 1 putt of the day. Yep. Really played like that.
You can hear the jealousy in my playing partner's voice. I am scrambling from everywhere, but I'm also hitting the ball well. It's a tough day. Wind is blowing. Difficult golf course. The 13th hole's a big dog leg left, and with the driver, I am cutting the corner. A little bit of wind help. Time to just smash it over the edge of those trees.
It'll be okay if it carries.
Again, I wasn't overly committed. Hit that high on the face. Got it way up in the air. For a second, thought I might not cover the trees, but I did. Didn't make it all the way to the fairway. But I am in play and have just 137 yards, which from the rough, I'm expecting a little bit of a flyer and no spin. So only hitting a 48-degree wedge here. Aiming a little bit right at the pin. Just get something on the green and keep putting.
Get down. 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 I'll take that all day.
With the ball below my feet, did a really good job of staying down on it, right? Your tendency is to come up and potentially catch it thin and then struggle out of the rough. I did a good job of staying down on that and left it in the middle of the green with just 27 feet left for birdie. With all the 1 putts I've had, it'd be nice to drain another and get back to even par. And it was scaring it. Scared it, but not quite in. It's an easy tap in for a 4. To stay at 1 over. Again, climbing that leaderboard. My playing partners have struggled a little bit. DeBrian's playing well. What I don't know is the group behind us where the leaders are really struggling. So this tournament at this point is wide open going into the 14th hole. Shorter par 4. Straight away, there was wind help on this day, so I am trying to smash this one down the fairway. And I didn't quite get through it, probably protecting a little bit from the hazard that I see on the left. And what I didn't know was there is out of bounds on the right. I wasn't out of bounds by much, but it was out of bounds, and that means I've got to re-tee. In this case, this was a provisional. I didn't know what was over there. I thought it might be trees. I certainly didn't think it was out of bounds. But I did hit this provisional. Again, trying to take advantage of the wind, and this time I cranked it. Got through that ball and 306 yards right down the middle of the fairway. That leaves just 85 yards left, and at this point I know that I've gone out of bounds, so I'm hitting my fourth shot, trying to get up and down for bogey. It's got to be critical to get the distance right and at least give myself a putt to save the 5 after hitting it out of bounds. And that's right at it. Wasn't sure if I had enough. And that dances all over the pin, leaving myself all of 2 feet. Almost hold that, so great opportunity to save bogey after hitting out of bounds and stay right in the middle of this hunt. My playing partner had struggled a little bit, was in the trees, and it took him a while to get on the green, so I offered to go in front of him to buy him some time to hit his putt. And I never felt comfortable over it. I didn't get my head straight, and as embarrassing it is to say on a 2-footer, I didn't give that the time it deserved.
Tell yourself you're gonna miss it.
Hit it a little bit too hard, just on the edge of the green, and it's a power lip, and that's a double bogey. Big setback after getting back into this tournament. But it's not over. I got 4 holes left and a chance to still make a run here. This is a long, hard par 3 playing over 200 yards. Anything on the green is good. Make a par. Birdie would be bonus.
Oh, a couple yards for me.
And I hit that well, caught the right edge of the green. I am on a different tier, so this is a long putt from the top tier with a lot of break on it. Easy 2-putt would be great from this position. And you watch me start walking early, that's how long this putt is as it breaks across the hole. But the pace was just about perfect. That's a tap-in par, which is exactly what I needed. So sitting in this tournament, I'm +3 today. If you remember from the day before, I was +7. That puts me +10 total. Which, again, with the golf courses playing tough, that's not out of the realm of possibility. There was a player the day before that had shot 73, so a lot of work to go catch that player, but again, it's playing tough. You never know what could happen. The 16th hole is a dogleg right par 5, and in this case, it's fire away over the right edge of those trees.
That should be really good.
And that was one of my better drives of the day. Even cutting a little to catch that fairway.
All right, one good swing.
My second shot was just about 200 yards down the hill. I'm hitting a 5-iron here. I don't quite know what's behind the green, so maybe a little bit tentative, but anything on the green gives me an eagle putt. Reset, make sure I pick a good line. Again, anytime you're having second thoughts, it's always good to reset and go back through your routine. Get yourself in a good state of mind to make a run at it. I'm aiming a little bit right of this pin, and again, anything on the green is good. And you could hear from the sound that I hit that well. That was a good solid strike, but with the wind cutting across the hole, it didn't quite cancel out the downhill, and that ends up short, just off the green by a few paces in the front, but should be an easy up and in. And pulled that a little bit, but not a bad effort. That leaves just about 9 feet for birdie. Again, to put me in a pretty good spot to make a last hole run. This one's just a little bit outside the hole, hit it firm and it should go in. And I kind of pulled that and didn't hit it hard enough. That was a good lag putt from 9 feet, but unfortunately that's a par. So I don't make up any ground there, now with just 2 holes left. Coming to the 17th, it's a short par 3, not incredibly difficult. Again, the wind is blowing, and in this case I'm trying to hit an 8-iron from 165 yards. Par 3s like this aren't immediate birdie holes, but anything on the green is going to be a good result and give myself a putt at it. I think a little bit of the frustration of missing the birdie on the last hole got to me on this tee box and didn't hit it as well as I could, but again, it should be a pretty elementary up and down. This one I even hit my spot and it just raced out on me. It surprised me, so I don't know if it was down grain or I just landed on a bit of a downslope, but I landed that ball where I intended to and just picked a bad spot. Ended up with 10 feet coming back for par. Need to make this to keep the wheels on and have any chance to win this golf tournament. Have to have it. And just overread it. That's one of the first putts this entire round that I hit on the high side. I've missed almost everything low when I've missed. And unfortunately, that's a bad bogey. I wasn't in that bad of a position. Even though the tee shot wasn't great, that's an up and down you just gotta make. Brings us to the 18th hole. All hope is not lost, but I'm gonna need a miracle here to get back in position. Downhill, long par 4. Time to smoke it. And that is right down the middle, just what the doctor ordered. 314 yards to the middle of the fairway, leaving just 122 yards. Still downhill. So I've got my 52-degree gap wedge here, firing right at it. Pin is tucked well left on this green, right over that tree. So, need a good strike. Let's get a birdie putt. And that was right at it, but that was a long way to ask for a 52 to go, so left it a little bit short, and I have 27 feet for birdie up the hill. To close with a 75 and 10 over for the tournament. Good putt, but didn't hit it hard enough. Those last couple holes I struggled a little bit with the speed. Needless to say, it's a tap in 76. To shoot plus 11 for the tournament. I ended up finishing second place behind DeBryan, made a good run at it, and really had a chance if I wouldn't have doubled the 14th hole. Could have maybe given him more of a scare. As it was, a good tournament, good playing, grinded in some tough conditions, and really the damage was done on the first day when I shot plus 7, primarily because I couldn't get up and down from anywhere. But a lot to take away from this. Par golf will help me understand where I can improve in the short game. And we'll get them next time. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Let's play better golf together.